So Ren, I'll play manually that Tier 111 when I can. The thing is not responding, which is why you didn't see it, but I haven't noted it. Am I invisible? No. But you may have had an issue previously because all you do in this chat is spam emotes, which is okay if it wasn't so often. I really don't mind people spamming emotes, but when it's like I see 20 separate individual messages of separate emotes from you within 1 minute, you know, that may have been why you got restricted. And not that we restricted you, but I think if Twitch sees you doing that, it will be like, maybe this is a bot, and it'll temporarily restrict you. So if you were like having issues being invisible in chats, that might have been why. I clicked on your viewer card to see if you had a restriction, and that was what I saw in your message history. So that would make sense. Don't do that. Again, I don't mind people like being really emote heavy in the chat. Just wanting to post a lot, wanting to say a lot. I enjoy, you know, an active chat, but yeah, if it's like that much within a minute, like Twitch is gonna see that and be like, holy shit, a spammer bot, you know, and like it's gonna mark you as a suspicious user because it thinks, especially when they're all from different channels or they're all a lot of Twitch global emotes and stuff, they see that and they think, you know, they're just like, oh, you're spamming, and they think it might be automated. So don't do it. This ain't Kick where emote spam pays the streamer. Dude, Kick having the emote activity, or not that, but the chat activity be a thing that you get paid for is crazy. I don't understand how that works for them, because how do they get paid more per chat message? Right? Like, don't they need to make more money so they can shell out that money? Like, how does that work? I guess that's just a bonus while they have a lot of money, and then later it wouldn't work as a business strategy, right? I don't know. They get higher ad rates if it shows higher engagement. That might be it. Maybe they're able to use the chat data to get higher ad rates on those people's channels individually or just in general, and maybe that's how they generate money. It's just that, like, you can't set up a system where you pay people more for a thing that you also don't take in more money for, or otherwise, like, the company, yeah, has like a new money sink and they just like drop money. They don't have ads on the streams, but oh, maybe they don't have any ads on the site whatsoever. I was thinking like they might have generalized stuff, but that's also why I was confused, because they don't do like per your channel, you know? So yeah, it doesn't even make sense to me. Maybe I guess they don't have ads anywhere, right? Like no banner ads on the site, nothing. I mean, they have so much money because they got those big crypto bucks, you know? And they got like, everyone's like, oh, the gambling money. Yeah, that's part of it. But the initial investment and everything, a lot of it was big crypto bucks. So, and I mean, that's what a lot of companies do, right? They get an investment and they're like, they set things up so that shit's real sweet over there to attract people in. And then as soon as they don't have that money anymore, companies that are good will spend that time while they're well-funded and while they have people in there being happy, setting things up for later success, right? A startup that works well is one that starts off like that, just hemorrhaging money to get people to use their site or whatever. And then later they slowly transition into like a really nice scenario where they are profitable. A bad company will be one that doesn't change their strategy, right? And then like they act like they can just get more investment, or like money just grows on trees, and then when things don't work well, they end up in the negative and they close, right? And that's why so many startups don't work, because they can't make that transition happen. So Kick's in that first phase where they have a bajillion dollars and they don't have to worry about shit. But that's one reason I haven't like run over there. I know a lot of no pixel streamers are going over there because they gave contracts to a couple people. And then now they're not really giving contracts to people, but their monetization is really good. And people are making way more over there than they made on Twitch. Especially because a lot of the viewership uses that site too. So like they're able to go over there and maintain their viewership. They don't actually drop, which is insane. Typically if you go to another platform, you would drop a lot of viewership and you have to rebuild. But with the no pixel streamers, they're actually getting more viewers over on Kick, you know? So that's interesting. Or it's the same. But they get paid more. So I don't blame any of them. I'm like, yeah, you guys actually, if you're just going to be like a no pixel, like a GTA RP streamer, you should go over there. Yeah, they have per server categories. Exactly. So they're, I mean, look at who they picked up early. They got Buddha and some other folks, and like, you know, they know what they were doing. They wanted that audience, so they're catering to them. And I assume they're gonna have money for many years, so I don't think it's a problem for people to migrate over there. But if you're not gonna be purely an RP streamer, I don't know that the site does that well yet. I guess it depends on your audience. I don't know. I know a lot of people hate the platform. I've seen them make a lot of good changes. It doesn't mean I love them yet, you know? But I've seen them start to peel back on some stuff that they were allowing before. So I'm like, okay. So I'm just kind of like noting that trend and watching. I think they're doing really well by the RP community and who they're taking in and all that. The general community of streamers on the platform, there's still a bunch of people where I'm like, ugh. But there are others that have been banned. They didn't ban before, but they're finally cracking down more. And I'm like, you know. So I'm just noting what they do. If their strat was to open the floodgates, pull in whoever, whatever, and then clean it up over time, I don't mind it so long as it gets cleaned up. Honestly, I'm just like, hey, it's a way to get your site working, right? To get people in and then clean up over time. I genuinely like don't care about that if that's their strat, you know. But it's all about the end result. Are you gonna yeah, exactly what I was gonna say, Blazing. Are you gonna end up having a community of like rancid chatters? The no pixel chatters are pretty good, but like the general everyone on there, I'm like, I don't like the sample of people too much. So you just gotta see how that changes. I do think maybe people should just start multi-streaming though. And like not catering to that chat. Don't even open that chat and watch it. Just like put your chat like on the back burner for that site. Don't even look at them. Pin a fucking message or have like an automated message that says this chat does not get read. If you want to chat, you know, and have it be read, go to Twitch. You hire one mod, give them a percentage of the revenue they make from the chat activity, and then just fucking send it, you know? I think that's what people should do if like they're trying to monetize. Genuinely. I don't know. Put the Twitch chat over the Kick chat. I don't know if their TOS allows it. I know like with Twitch you can't show like a combined chat on the screen. You have to make it clear like this one's the Twitch chat, this one's the YouTube chat. Like they have a whole set of rules on it and stuff. That kind of kept me away from wanting to multi-stream. Like I thought about it at first and I never did it because I was like, oh man, you have to do all this stuff with separation. You can't have them in one pool. And sorry, I didn't click the button. Have you always thought multi-streaming was a good idea? Is it good now? I think it's a good idea for some people and bad for others. I've talked about this, but I'll go over real quick. It's good in that sometimes the different platforms have their advantages, right? Like YouTube lets you stream at higher quality to it and keeps those VODs at higher quality, which is great. Your VODs are immediately published and held on your YouTube channel, so you don't have to do a process of clicking stuff and titling and thumbnailing and whatever to make it exist over there. Whereas if you stream on Twitch, you have to do that process to migrate it over there if you want a YouTube VODs channel, right? So having it just happen like that is great. But you split your audience. So if you're already a big streamer, and you already have a lot of followers, or you have a really active YouTube channel and that community doesn't really watch your Twitch streams, it might be good for you to multi-stream, because then you're capturing two audiences. If you just have a Twitch audience, you don't really have much of a YouTube built up. You just have like a channel with a small amount of subscribers, whatever. And you're like, oh, let me stream to it to build it up. The people that are going to go watch over there, a lot of them are going to be from your Twitch audience, and you're going to split it. So what happens is the number on Twitch will look lower. And if your Twitch isn't grown that well either, and you're still trying to grow, like growing is the point, and not sustaining, then what happens is you split people off. The lower your number looks, the lower you end up being placed in a game category, let's say, right? You get less discoverability. The bigger the number, the more discoverability you get. It works just like that in Twitch, right? It's very like one-to-one. So you're doing yourself a huge disservice if you knowingly like split some people off, you know, if growing is your goal and you don't already have like a lot of followers or whatever. Yeah, bigger number, better person. Unfortunately on Twitch, it's like that. But yeah, so like it could be really good for some people, but it could be really bad for others. It depends, man. It depends if like multiple factors, right? What audiences you have. Do you have multiple already or not? Do you use both platforms well or not already? If you're streaming on YouTube, are you streaming to those people, or are you streaming to like your same audience just on YouTube because they're just there instead of clicking onto your Twitch stream, you know? Like that kind of stuff. So it's an interesting concept, but I feel like every streamer has to consider it differently. You can't tell one person like, oh yeah, you should do it, or no, you shouldn't, until you really like analyze that person's situation, right? Like for me, I would probably just end up splitting out some Twitch audience, which wouldn't really help me that much. I do have some YouTube audience though. Like, even though I don't post a ton of videos on my main channel like super often, they get really good views. They get really good views considering the size of streamer that I am. I don't feel like I'm that huge of a creator, but the videos do really well, typically. So I do have an audience over there, mostly on my clips channel, actually, though. I have a really active clips channel, and like that's been growing and growing. So I feel like maybe, but I don't think it's that big. I don't think it's that big that if I streamed on YouTube as well and multi-streamed, I'd have like all these people watching me over there, and you know what I mean? I just don't think it's worth it for me right now. I just push my VODs over there, you know? Jesus Christ. That's a lot. Ozzy, thank you for the $100. Thank you. Noting, when I get donations, I get like 98%. They only take the credit card fee and that's it. If there even is one. Depending on how you pay. Jesus, thank you. That's crazy. I appreciate it. Sorry, if I'm a little, my energy's a little like, right now is because I'm sick. I'm like normal woman sick. I'm not like dying sick. I have like multiple times throughout the month where I regularly get sick. And lasting effects from all my health stuff. So sometimes I have a day where I'm just like, oh, so I have pretty bad brain fog today. So I'm sorry if I like say anything weird, if I start like cycling on a topic or something, which I do anyway, but you know, if I forget shit, I'm playing a game and I forget, then I just will. I have bad brain fog. My vision's a little weird. My eyelids are puffy. I get really weird symptoms. And like I said, multiple times throughout the month. This isn't just like a one-time thing for me. So, I don't know. So if I'm a little weird today, that's why. Hope you get well soon. I always do with time. I always do. It's just my hormone levels are weird. And so things are just constantly out of whack, and it affects my, you know, like I get symptoms from it. I also have back pain. It just, man. Sometimes I just get back pain from it, like lower back. And all it is like local hormone secretions in the body, you know, normal stuff happens. And then I retain some water, and it like, it makes the tissues in my back retain water. It spreads pretty far. I don't know why, it just does. And I have lower back pain. You know, it just stinks. It stinks. Oh my god, Taka, thank you for the 10. Thank you. I appreciate that. So it's amazing how fucked the human body can be and still function. I know. I never used to have as bad of issues with this stuff. But ever since my health issue, my run-in with all of that, I started to get more symptoms throughout the month. Hormonal fluctuations in total body are pretty normal, but like locally, like in that area in my abdomen, are higher. And so I get more physical symptoms and stuff. And it happens multiple times throughout the month. It's not just like oh, my period does this kind of thing. It's like every time there's a change, which is the whole month. Like your cycle things just change, right? I just end up with these like big fluctuations, and they just cause me to get sick sometimes. Can't really do anything about it. It's gotten slowly better over time, and they're like telling me that they think it will eventually normalize, but it's really slow. It's really slow. So we'll give it time. Anything taking up extra space in the lower back hurts? Yeah. I mean, it's not like much water retention that it takes to give you like soreness and stuff. So it can be rough. But yeah, so I got like my eyesight's like not good today. And I feel like I didn't sleep, but I absolutely did. I got a great night of sleep. So that's just what we're dealing with today. So anyway, sorry if I'm a little like you know. It is what it is today. It is what it is. Have you told him to knock it off? Oh, every day. Every day. All the time. No, magnesium won't help me. Magnesium won't help me because the any localized pain is caused by water retention. There's nothing I can do about that. There's literally nothing. I just have to drink actually more water to help it, because water gets pulled from everything for that. No, diuretics. I can't do diuretics because then I'll be dehydrated all the time, which is bad for me, especially right now. Yeah, I'm cracking a cold one. Eat a sponge. I should. Con your body into thinking it has enough water. That's the way. More water you intake, the more your body's willing to get rid of it. Exactly. Let's have a little drink here. I have water as well, and I'm just going to keep sipping. So, it is what it is. More everything. More everything. Also, no need to sit here and try to suggest solutions, because I have a doctor who I talk to about this stuff. So, you know, not really looking at chat for medical assistance. You're also just a username, and you could type 1,000 times like, "Oh, I'm a doctor," and I'd be like, "Okay." But I don't actually know, you know? Yeah, I could also Google stuff. It's all about the outside food. Nick, were you watching last night? Was anyone watching? I was not streaming. If you're watching Benny or Edgar, any of their POVs last night, the outside food incident. Guys, there was an incident last night, and it's going down in the archives. It's going down in history. I'm gonna give a TLDR if anyone doesn't watch the server, doesn't watch what's going on in GTA. TLDR, We've got this little commune. We're living in basically like a hobo camp together. We all threw away our stuff, our belongings, and all of our characters came together to live in this camp. And we're like living off the land. We're making our own food. We're hunting, fishing, gathering. We're playing it like an MMO, okay? And so we've got our little commune. And one guy is like really hungry. We don't have any food that we've recently cooked. So another guy's like cooking the food for him, Benny, right? Benny's getting the food cooked for him. He's like, I'm so hungry. And in that game, if you get hungry, you start like passing out. He's like, I'm gonna pass out. I'm so hungry. And there's some girl who's visiting, and she's from the normal city, the outside world. She buys her food at the restaurants, whatever, right? And she's like, oh, are you hungry here? And she gives him a food item. And we're like, Betty, you can't eat the outside food. You can't eat it because we live off the land. It's our way. And he takes one bite, like the animation starts, and then the hunger meter is dropped enough that he like passes out, right? Like he falls on the ground. And we're like, Benny, no. We're like, you killed him with his body can't handle the outside food. And he's like, he gets up eventually, because it wears off and you can like stand back up and play again. And we're like, Benny, how could you do this? And he's like, I feel disgusting. I've been so bad. I ate the outside food. And we're making fun of him for like eating food that an outsider gave him. And we're like, it's not our way. You can't do this. But the thing is, they keep saying outside food. And they keep just fucking it up until it becomes like, ow. And we're just sitting in a circle at 3 a.m. absolutely cooked, just going outside food, Benny. And it was so stupid. Outside food. Anyway, the outside food incident was last night. We were sitting there for an hour ranting about the outside food. Oh, it was so good. I wish I was streaming. Yeah, we're just stimming. We're just stimming together. That's all. That's all. And then we just had this whole thing where we're just looking down upon Benny for like doing that. And then Benny's girlfriend is like, no, it's fine. He was about to die, and in life or death situations, this is the modern day. We can go do what we need to get food and then keep living off the land. And we're like, no, she's defending him. It was drama. It was great. It was wonderful. Yeah, he's not a good guy. Anyway, that's what we were doing last night. It was so funny. You gotta go watch like him or like Peppo's streams to see the POV of the outside food incident. That shit was so funny. It was just like the 5 of us that are up really late at night playing, sitting around and just getting absolutely cooked. Oh, it was so stupid. Anyway, if you don't normally watch GTA and you're like, oh, I'm not caught up with the storylines, I don't know what's going on. This arc, really easy to catch up on. Really easy. It's just a bunch of people that lived in the city, were gangbangers, whatever, and they just like threw away all their belongings, decided they didn't want that life anymore, and they're living together in a hobo camp. And then that's it. It's just a sitcom. It's a sitcom. You would love it. It's so funny. How's the storage building coming along? It's looking good. I've been working on a little spot in there. By looking good, I mean it looks disgusting. I'm making sure it looks like a rundown trailer properly. But yeah, the mind depleted, the vibe completed. Exactly. Exactly. It's been so fun. I'm gonna start next week when we're doing the alt streams. I'm gonna start doing like regular health checkups, and I'm gonna have them roll for like their health. I'm gonna make them roll 20. And if I like check and they roll like a 1, they're so constipated and they like can't walk straight because they gotta poop, stuff like that. Maybe they'll get dysentery. It'll be great. Finding the 3+ GG content you wanted, brother. Yeah, it's fun. Yeah, it's a lot of poop RP. It's a lot of poop jokes. People getting stung by bees and then rushing them to me and being like, treat them, It's fun. Yeah, we grabbed some guy from the city who's a gangbanger and we baptized him. I want to start a scared straight program. I want to make it so that like people from around the city who play like the game normally, I want them to be able to send, like if they have a member of their gang that's like misbehaving, I want them to send them to us and we make them do manual labor and do a scared straight program. It'd be so fun. It'd be so fun. So yeah, we'll see. Are you in the area where cougars are running around? Yeah. So everyone's getting attacked by mountain lions constantly. Everyone keeps getting attacked by mountain lions. Oh, it's so funny. There are these mountain lions in the game that'll just, if they see you, they will run you down and one tap you. So you have to shoot them. You can't fight them off with a knife because they will just get you. So we're like climbing up on a rock and shooting them and stuff and trying to stay alive, and everyone's getting fucked up. It's fun, man. It's really fun. It's fun to watch because it's just like, you know, it's just like, it doesn't bring a lot of the old storylines into it. It's just a bunch of people trying to live at a hobo camp. It's so funny. Shit's hilarious. Yeah, it's like Oregon Trail, but we're role playing. It's fun. It's fun. I love it. When Buddha first returned from Dune, he was trying to be cinematic and got one-tapped by a lion. Yeah, he played nothing but Dune for a month, so he didn't play that game. He didn't play GTA at all. And then everyone RP'd that they got lost in the desert, because there is a part of the GTA map that looks like a desert. Everyone got RP'd that they like got drugged up and lost over there. So he does his first like proper GTA stream in a while. And he's like walking out of the desert. He's got the cinematic black bars on the screen. And he's like, I'm returning from the desert. And he's like hobbling out, and then a fucking mountain lion walks up and one taps him. He's trying to do his cool scene of his return from the desert, but it got fucked up because these mountain lions in this game are just so like insane. Oh, it's so funny. It's so funny. That's my favorite thing about that server, about playing on a server like that, is like you try to create scenes, you try to create stories because you're role playing, right? More than you are just playing the game. But like random shit happens. You'll be like sitting there having a dramatic talk with somebody, and like two characters had some drama, they're talking it out, and you're standing on a mountaintop, and then fucking a mountain lion comes out of nowhere and eats your ass. Or like you're doing that and someone else playing the game totally unrelated to you is like in the middle of a cop chase, and they're like driving straight up the side of the mountain and they run you over. It's just, that's funny. Never played GTA, didn't realize that survival mechanics. It doesn't really. This is all like modded into it for the sake of making like the RP server more realistic, you know. It's funny, man. It's funny. Ugh. Is the last GTA stream a good place to start? Yeah, you could go back like, yeah, I think that one's a good spot to start. Yeah. But yeah, it's a good watch. I think this arc is good if anyone ever wanted to get into watching that stuff but like was just too lost before because there's so many ongoing storylines. This is a really good spot because it's just a bunch of people in a hobo camp complaining about the outside fool. That's funny. You're at VOD 45 and 165? Jesus. Feel free to skip through a lot of bits of it. I mean, there's a lot of time that was just me doing mechanics, right? Just me, like, going ahead and, like, earning money in the game and talking to chat or something, you know? Outside fume. That's the other thing, was we decided outside fu sounds like fool almost, right? It could be like an outsider, a person. And I was like, guys, we have our first derogatory term for people from the outside. And everyone was clapping. Elena was like, yay! We were like, we could start talking to these people, calling them outside fools. It can have a double meaning if you're the food or the people. Oh, it'll be funny. You're watching every moment of it, skipping the chatting sections in other games? Really? Holy shit. That's a big undertaking. But I also did a lot of time playing off stream, you know? So in my mind, it's so many hours, but maybe it's not. Maybe it's not. I still did variety in between. Sometimes there would be a week with no variety, but usually I still did like variety on Sundays and stuff. Someone said it only took us 1 week to get our first slur. That was Elena. She was like, wow, we're only a week in. And already we have like a derogatory term for outsiders. Oh man. I think it was like not even a week. Tomorrow it'll be a week on the dot. 46 days total at 2.5 speed is a lot. Oof. Yeah. Excited for the McNulty breadcrumbs he left you too? Yeah. I wanna interact with all that for sure. I'm gonna follow up on that. You can't eat the outside food now applies to people too. Well, the double entendre there is also like Benny has a girlfriend, okay? And like the person who brought him food and was like talking to him and stuff was a girl from the outside. So we were like, "You eating the outside food?" And we were like implying, "Are you like talking to a girl from the outside? What was going on?" And he wasn't, but we were like, we were turning the actual eating the food thing into like, oh, a taste of the outside, huh, Benny? We were just making it a whole thing. Shit was funny as fuck. The outside food, man. The outside food. I can't get it out of my head. I mean, dude, there's nothing funnier than a bunch of people stimming at 3 a.m. and coming up with dumb shit. And like, I didn't have that on the server too well before because my own crew didn't have that many people that were around late at night. Just a couple, and I wouldn't always see all of them. But now, like, I've got people at that time that I can do shit with, you know? So, it's fun. Before that, I was just hanging out with ADMC all the time. A totally different crew. But yeah. So we're gonna get a lot of weird shit happening late at night. I want to get them into, some sort of like variety stream, so like even if it's just us playing Peak, you know. Actually, I should message them. Do they even have? I gotta message some people. I also need to message Sable because I wanted to get her and some ADMC and some Cypress people just kind of like together and maybe do a thing. Because Sable always really wanted to do a lot of variety streams with everyone. And I got some set up, but it was hard to like get people to do it. But EDMC does a lot, so, and she's joining that crew, so we can get more variety. I like dragging everyone into variety, you know. I want that. I want that. You don't know what games Peppa likes outside of RP? I kind of don't know if I'll be able to get him into anything. I don't know. I'm gonna make a new Bab Discord server. I'm just gonna take the Cypress one and rename it. Sable, Barky, Sophia. Oh, Numi? Yeah, Numi really wanted that too. Oh, and Icky would be good. You guys would like Icky. Yeah. I love that her name is just Icky. I don't know what she wants to be called. I don't know if she wants to be called Icky or what. No, Icky's super nice. Let me message Sable and then... I'll message Numi right now. It'd be fun, man. Nice sounding keyboard. Everyone always comments on the keyboard sound. I don't know if it's just that my mic picks it up well or if the keyboard actually sounds that nice. I don't know. I kind of want to replace it soon. Probably with the same one. I love this keyboard, man. I know a lot of people are into like their custom keyboards or whatever, and every time I talk about keyboards, people are like, "Oh, you should get this thing and this custom whatever." But like, I just like my keyboard, man. It's just a Logitech G910. It's good, man. I really like their switches on this, and they have a new version of them that aren't the same, but these ones were called the Roamer G switch, and I really like them. So Sable said she's down for Peak sometime. Yesterday's timestamps are in geeking out. I need someone I need a clipper to go and clip the outside foo incident. I need them to take each incident and like just make clips of it, you know? Make it super watchable. I want that. So you don't have to watch 30 minutes of it's just saying the same shit over and over because the whole thing was he tasted the food, but then he was hanging out with the girls, so we're like, yeah, you got some outside food and the outside food. And it's just, I just need you guys to hear it, man. I need a super cut of the incident. If anyone wants to make that. Oh. Oh, they might be discontinued. Yeah. That's why I have one more of this keyboard purchased and in my closet that I haven't opened. So outside Fooper cut. Oh yeah. Where's that cheese guy at? He only likes to clip me talking. He doesn't clip anything else. He clips my chatting streams, but he doesn't interact with any of the actual like variety content. And then even my clips channel, I was like, guys, we got to get more gaming clips in here. I know they perform well, so we're just clipping like me talking, but you know, if I talk about like games or something, that doesn't really get put on that channel as much as me talking about, I don't know, fucking like meta shit, you know? So I was like, it's time. It's built up enough, we can start to, you know, branch out a little more. We can. Need some sick Apex clips. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, right? Like, clips from playing Apex with the girls, that sort of stuff. You know? Oh, did I even stream that? I don't remember if I streamed that. Did I? Or did I raid somebody? Or did I stream it on my alt channel? Did I stream that? I can't remember. Sorry, I have really bad brain fog today, and I cannot recall information well. On alt, okay. Yeah. So I do have the footage. Yeah, I need that. Need that clipped. You know, I'm glad people are watching the alt channel. I thought they wouldn't. I thought it would be a cozy spot for 200 people, maybe. But there are a lot of days we're almost always above 500, and there are a lot of days where we're closer, like 900, 1,000 for parts of the stream. So I'm like, appreciative, man, appreciative, because I'm just like streaming extra throwaway gaming time. You know, it's just whatever to me. But then, you know, it can create extra revenue just from people watching ads, or some of you actually do sub to it, which is good, and then it helps me pay for, you know, a lot of the streamer overhead that I have got. So, you know, all the editing costs, all the other shit. So I appreciate it. I appreciate that. I don't know. I didn't think people would have that much interest in alt. It's funny because whenever you're not streaming but pop up on another POV, their view count spikes. Wait, really? Oh, on the server. Actually, you know, one of my friends said that. Who was it? No, two different people. One of the people that noticed it, that said it would always happen, was the guy that played Donnie. He used to go by Nico, but I think he changed his name on Twitch to Krampus. Donnie. He was like, it's crazy when I'm streaming late night or early morning and you pop on for a little bit to like get some work done and you call me. He was like, there's like a couple hundred people that just show up. And I was like, really? And he was like, oh yeah. So I noticed it all back then. He changed back to Nico. Oh, okay, good. He was so upset when he changed it to Krampus because he didn't know there was a 60-day cooldown. I keep hoping he would come back. He would love the new Babylon stuff. Maybe not as Donnie. We'll see. Probably because of RP chat. Most likely, yeah. Meta chat will sometimes say when Gigi pops up on other streams. Oh, okay. That makes sense. I don't know. I only like, I leave that chat muted and I just like occasionally will click on it to drop information in there and then leave. So I'm not able to like read it. So I don't really know like if you guys have a habit of doing that or like whatever, you know. It makes sense. You got me fully hooked on GTRP. Never watched until you started No Pixel. Thanks. It's a lot of fun. It's a big undertaking to get into like more than one character, right? To get into like what this whole crew is doing or something like that. It's a lot of time watching different streamers, but it's so fun. And a lot of people straight up, like, especially during COVID era, They got super into it because they were like, this just replaced TV for me. It was just this constant ongoing TV show because people are always on the server and they're all interacting, and I could go watch one crew's drama and watch a different crew's drama, and these people don't know each other, and then one day two of them meet and it's like a crossover episode. And you know, a lot of people like love that kind of stuff. So, you know, it's nice. I think you're one of the main RP streamers, right? Am I even on an alt? I guess so, because like, you know, whenever something starts off, viewership is super high, like a new server or whatever, and then it always dips down. So I guess so. Or like when I was streaming on main, I definitely was. I was definitely one of like the biggest ones. Not even that huge because some people were huge, but you know, I was up there. It would be crazy, man. I'd be streaming to a couple thousand and I'd be doing whatever. And then we'd start a heist, we'd start robbing a bank, and I'd be like hacking, actively like doing a hack, and I would go check the VOD later. Stuff was spiking up to like 6,000 people watching, sometimes 4,000 watching. Just to like watch the bank robbery POV when it was new and people didn't know how it worked yet, and we were like still figuring out the like how to do the heist and everything. That's the kind of stuff that was like, it was so like high octane, man. I don't know, I get it. And the thing is, that's tiny because I remember watching there was one time Sykkuno was doing it. I didn't know anything about RP. I watched him hack something one time because I saw his viewership was up close to 100, and I was like, oh, is he doing an event? He was just robbing a bank in GTA. And he was skirting like 100K. And I was like, huh? Like, because I didn't know anything about it, and I never really watched any of that stuff until I started playing, you know? It was crazy. It was insane how popular it was. But I think a lot of that was like COVID era, you know, stuff too. Like people being home and being like able to sit there and really get invested. But yeah, the casino stuff. Because I was friends with him at the time, you know, knew him and everything, and I'd pop into streams here and there, but whenever I saw it was RP, I just wouldn't watch because I was like, oh, I don't know what's going on. And I would just not watch. I would straight up be like, yeah, I don't know what this is, and I just wouldn't click. Which is why I never blame anyone else for doing that. But I wouldn't click, and then one time I just saw that number and I was like, oh, it must be an event, and it was just him hacking. I was like, what is this? That was crazy. It's such a phenomenon, such like a bubble, you know? Insane. Used to watch Melbert for Spaceboy. Oh, yeah. Spaceboy still does a lot. I think something happened recently where like someone said something that made him, I don't know the drama of it, but someone said something on another server that he was playing on that made him really uncomfortable. And other people as well. And so he's like maybe not playing on that server for a bit, and he's like looking to server hop. So I have seen his main character, James Randall, like I saw him like existing on NoPixel again the other day. So I was like, okay, kind of hope he just comes back. But yeah. Do we need another pandemic? Maybe streamers do. No, I think I've seen a lot of people dooming about, they're like, oh, Twitch is going downhill, pandemic numbers, blah blah blah. But honestly, we're on the trend we were always on. And on Twitch, I know things have gone down since the pandemic, but they are up since pre-pandemic. And it's just like, I don't know, it's just like the expected kind of vibe, right? The expected trend. So things are doing pretty well, I think. There were just a few anomalies. I think like NoPixel and VTubing both went insane when COVID happened. So maybe those two communities are a little spoiled, you know, a little spoiled on that. But things are going fine, you know. Going back that far is relevant, yeah, of course. Of course. Once 5.0 comes out, it'll spike again. Trust me, it happened too. Oh no, I know it will. I know it will. I just hope. I really want. So the thing that I regret most is that I couldn't really like do. I wanted every day to do RP into variety. I wanted to do that, but every time I would swap off of RP and I would close the launcher, it would stall out my computer, and it was like 75% of the time it would cut my VOD in half. And it would like fuck it up really badly. So what I want to do, hopefully things will be a little different in the future with what they're building. It should run better in the future. And hopefully I'll be able to do that so I can like play for a couple hours and then stop and then go play variety, you know? Like that's what I wanted. And to just do like long streams like that. And maybe some days flip it. Maybe some days variety first and then like RP after, whatever, you know, like so that way all the people in the different time zones get everything. That's what I want. But with 5M killing my computer, I couldn't. It fucking sucked. It sucked, man. So I'm just really hoping that whatever they do in the future allows me to do that. And if not, I'll find a way. I'll find a way to make it work, you know? Rome soon. I don't really know what it is. I don't really know what's going on with that. I don't have insider info on that. I have insider info on other stuff, haha, but not that. So yeah, I don't know. But if it does run on something different from 5M, if that is a thing, hopefully it doesn't blow up my computer. That's what I want. That's what I want. So I can swap around and not worry about it, man. I actually said to a couple friends, oh, thank you for the raid. I said to a couple friends that are like variety streamers that did arcs on that server and like they stopped. I was like, what we should do is we should make a gang that's only variety streamers that are doing arcs on the server, and we should get on together, do like one crime, like one bank robbery or whatever, and then all hop to variety at the same time. And then we have, yeah, variety gang. And we have no issue with people being like, you're not around on this server for 10 hours a day, so something, blah, 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 blah. You know, like we just go on, we do our little thing, and we dip. And we dip. And that's it. And if anyone else who's not a variety streamer wants to be there, they can. But like, we do that. And I thought that would be really fun. So that way we can do our thing, but also have our schedules, you know? Yeah, like treat it like a raid. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So that's like the dream, but you know, then it's just a bunch of variety streamers being variety streamers together, and then you don't get like them interacting with the heavy RPers and stuff, which is honestly the most fun. So I'm like, I'll probably just do my own thing and then stick to like whatever schedule I set up for myself, and that's it. You know, that's it. Like that one guy who streamed WoW from the police station. Yeah. Yeah, when he was oh man, that's my mentor. That's my mentor. He had his character, the cop, in the police station, and then just like streamed his character playing WoW. Oh, so funny. And he actually just did an entire WoW stream, but he had open mics, so like everyone who was playing on the server and standing near his cop could hear him streaming. He was like thanking for subs and stuff. It was so funny. If you could get Haruka to try 5.0, she might get hooked. I worry, I think she would get too hooked and she wouldn't do anything else ever. Like she'd actually be there for 3 years, you know? That would be my concern. So, you know. I was like, if you want to apply, you can. You can do what you want, but I wasn't trying to like, you know. Then again, if it means she streams a lot, then hey, right? Hey. But that's not necessarily related to just wanting to stream. That's her own thing. So, you know. You know. I fail to see the problem. Yeah, yeah. We'll see. We'll see. She did actually really want to try it, but she was nervous. I think she would get a little overwhelmed with all the new people, but I think after a day she'd have a great time. She can join Ontario Gang with TJ and Nikki. Oh man, could you imagine? Oh, can you imagine? Be so good. It'd be cute. I don't know. I think it'd be nice to get like friends on there for one-time characters. I'm genuinely not trying to pull any variety friends into it unless they already like have indicated that they really enjoy roleplay. I think Haruka's one of the only ones. But if they don't RP like naturally when they're streaming, when we're doing variety, if they don't just like randomly assume a character, I'm not going to try and force them onto server because I feel like they wouldn't enjoy it as much, you know. They're going to be around a bunch of people like actually role-playing, and then they're going to be like, oh, like overwhelmed. You know, not everyone, but I don't know. You never know. You never know. You said I'll smoke crack. You get it. You get it. Get on the server, smoke some crack. You know, it's just roleplay, guys. Oh man, I think that's the thing I liked most is you know, we'd do a variety stream and some RP chatter would come in and ask a question and be like, what about this thing you did in RP? And my character was like making drugs in roleplay. So I start talking about making drugs. I'd be like, I really want to be a meth cook. But people would be watching a variety stream and some people wouldn't know what's going on in RP. So they'd be like, what do you mean you cook meth? And they wouldn't understand that it was like in game. Because I'd just be talking about it so in depth and they'd be like, what? We'd have to explain. We'd be like, no, no, no. You didn't see the Wednesday stream. She was talking about crack. Always funny. Have you role-played in other games? I played a lot of D&D, so I've done so much role-playing in that format. But it's not like not really with a lot of mechanics. It's all like rolling for stuff and like +1 RP, right? Where you're just sitting around and you're just being like, slash me makes a force field, and then the other person's like, /3 me breaks through it with this thing, and it's just like, you know, all word based. That's the kind of stuff I'm used to. So, yeah. But I played D&D for so many years. I just never really did a lot of it on stream. You know. I said, don't know a lot about GTRP, but assume you can't just bring a friend for one session to see if they like it or not. I can, but they have to apply to get in. They have to get like whitelisted onto the server, so it's a big undertaking. And if I vouch for someone just to bring them in for like a day, and I keep doing that repeatedly, it's not a good look, you know? So I don't want to like vouch for someone and bring them in unless they're actually gonna like play a bit, not like a ton, but a bit, you know? Streamer privilege. Yeah, but I don't like to abuse that. Your big role-playing game is Space Station 14. Tomato was talking about that. I've never played it. Tomato was talking about getting that together. He was saying like every now and then he does that regularly. I need to look it up. I told him, I was like, I'm down for anything, dude. That's the one where it's like top down, right? Yeah, it looks like RimWorld to me. Like it's like a grid. That one. He was talking about starting that up. We did Space Station 13, yeah. It'd be fun. And if /me wins the scenario. Any game can be an RP game with the right people. Yeah, that's why like people always be like, oh, you should get this VTuber friend into it, that VTuber friend into it. But a lot of VTubers don't actually like roleplay. A lot of my VTuber friends, when we're like sitting around, they don't sit there and like RP on stream. And I don't know how to describe it, but they don't do those types of bits. They do other bits, but they're not doing like RP bits. And I feel like they wouldn't thrive in that environment. You know, some would. But a lot wouldn't. So, yeah. I don't know. I wish they allowed like a bunch of streamers a day pass. I think it'd be cool if they gave people a day pass so they could stream it for one day, like a short whitelist. And then from there, they could take that footage and send it in as an application and be like, hey, I had a good time. I'd like to come back. Here's what I did. I think that would actually be really fun. Like, or give people like a week pass so they could do a one-lifer character, which is one where you create a character, it has a little bit, you play it, you do whatever, and like if it gets incapacitated once, it permanently dies. I think it'd be really, really fun if they let like variety streamers just have like a whitelist for a short pass versus like the long-term whitelist. Make those different, you know? I thought that'd be fun. Streamer weekend tryouts. Ooh, actually fewer people play on the weekends, so that could be fun. That could be fun. There's part of me that like is like, oh, I'd love to be an admin to like facilitate that stuff, but I can't just, you know, /me becomes an admin. You know. Oh yeah, you're talking about Matt. Said Matt Mercer autopiloting your entire segment during Mouse's charity stream. Yeah, because he had DM powers for a bit. It was funny. It was funny. It was fun doing stuff with Matt. It was good. I always have, like... The thing is, they kind of want me to, like, roleplay myself whenever we play D&D. They're always like, oh, it's you, but in D&D. And I'm like, that's cool. And I can, like, create more of a characterization. But I'd rather be, like, Grisbo the Goblin, you know? And, like... And have, like, some random-ass character that's nothing like me. You know? But I feel like every D&D scenario we do, we're just role-playing ourselves, which is, like... It's different. It's different. Like, it's hard for me to, like, actually RP that or something. You know what I mean? It's hard. More admins might take some load off stab with all the new Babylon stuff. I'm tempted to DM and be like, yo, give me the menu, but that's too far, I think. Yeah, you said RP can be super intimidating to people if they've never done it before. It's actually really hard to learn to, like, just sit there and RP naturally for people if they're not used to it. You know, it really is. So people have done bits of acting like high school with stage. Even doing stuff like that, like stage acting, is enough to kind of like get your feet wet. But people who've never done it before, it's actually a lot harder than people realize. To like stay in character, do a voice, what would this character do, and be able to like implement that quickly. It's learning writing and improv in one. Yeah, exactly. And it's fun. It's really fun. I think everyone should straight up just be weird when they play games with their friends and just like role play for no fucking reason. It's fun. But yeah, it's hard to be like good at it. It is. And some people are just naturally better at it, and I think it's just whatever they did with their lives. I don't know. Depends on the kinds of media they watched, etc. You lost count on the amount of times your character's voice changed during your D&D sessions. Yeah, even keeping a voice consistent, like if you play D&D and you have a character voice that you're doing, you meet on Fridays, right? So like one Friday you meet up, you make your character and you play. And then the next week you come back and you're like, fuck, what did they sound like? It's like actually really hard to keep that kind of stuff the same if you're not used to it. Even playing like my cop character with a different voice, I had to make sure I didn't like fuck it up, because sometimes I would be sitting there and doing the voice. I'd be like, it's a little off today, you know?
Or I roleplay as a functioning adult while at work. Faction redeems chat.
I roleplay with my coworkers. Curious what others' backgrounds are. Like, was Tony a theater kid? I think Tony's just a silly guy. I don't know. He's good at voices. He's just good at voices, man. It was so funny. He was around the other day. Tony came to our hobo camp. He had long hair and a beard. He like looked like he was fully homeless. It was great. Like the art people did during the fast food sim and Dale and Dawson era of collab games. Yeah, oh my god. Remember our insane day of like 8 hours of Dale and Dawson? That game has like no mechanics in it. It's so boring after an hour and a half. Unless you're role-playing. The moment you get people in that can like do bits, you can sit there for 10 hours, right? It's just like a canvas, that game. That's all it is. It was so fucking fun. It was so fun. I need more stuff like that. I need more of that, dude. Guild with Haruka was so good. Yeah, Haruka fit in so well with everyone, genuinely. She was like, hey, if you guys play together, I'd love to play more. And I was like, she doesn't like asking me for anything. So when she does ask me for something, I'm like, she really wants this. It would be nice, man. It'd be nice. Garrick and Haruka are always a treat. Yeah, I mean, they're both people that just like mesh well with every friend. Anyone I put them in front of or any group I drag them into, they can do well. I'm like that too, where friends are like, hey, you want to join for this collab? It's all 8 people. It's a lobby of 8 people and you don't know any of them. I'm always just like, okay, and I always mesh well. Some friends, I'm like afraid to do that to them because they get nervous, you know, they like, it's not that they can't mesh, it's just that they have a hard time, right? They just get anxious. And I like to throw friends into stuff like that though, right? Like throw friends together. into their little groups that they've never met. I take my friend groups and I hold one friend group in one hand and one friend group in the other, and I go, now kiss, and I just like shove them together, and that's my favorite. Like we had the Minecraft server, and I was allowed to invite people, and I was like, I'm putting May in this bitch. I know none of you have met her. I'm getting May in that bitch. And look at how well she did with everyone, you know. I just like doing that, man. I like doing that. Yeah, crossover episode. Mm-hmm. Exactly. Exactly. That's why I kind of want to... I was talking to some people, and I want to make my own Minecraft server. I've been talking to Tofu about it. I want to make my own Minecraft server, and I want to invite people to it. I want to make it like Bounce, where I just have a bunch of different friend groups that I invite, and that's it. That's it. Hire in a couple people for admin help. Probably Tofu and his team. I really liked the Bounce team, because Ross is working on stuff so hard, some of his other stuff, and he's so busy. But I feel like we're due for like a big crossover episode. We haven't had one in a while, so I want to do that. I'm gonna do that. So we'll see, but I think it'd be fun. Need Froggy to meet Tony. Yeah, I'm gonna add 100%. I want RP friends. I want like Tomato and friends. I want chilled Chaos and friends, like that friend group as well, like Crusader and Tay, and you know, all of them. I think I'll do a lot of like weird friend groups that I'm a part of that don't know each other at all the VTubers, you know, and just shove them into a server and see who plays. Heavily modded or pure vanilla? Heavily modded, but I would be really really anal about making sure that we're not going too crazy, because some of the mods that we had in like the VShojo pack, I couldn't play on the server because it fucked up my frame rate so bad. And I would play and I would legitimately get motion sick. I couldn't do it. There was so much shit loading in, and then eventually, even if I wasn't in that chunk, it was still like being like that for me a little bit. So I couldn't. Yeah, it was too laggy, so I was like, okay. So I might need to make some rules on like what people can do when they build and what they can't do, to make sure that you know, don't destroy the server. But yeah, we'll see. Or maybe I'll give people like space that they can build in, but I'll make it small, and I'll be like, here's the home area, the hub, and everyone can build a little house here, and that's fine. But if you want something bigger, we'll make like train lines out to a bunch of different hubs, and they can go be elsewhere, you know. Cobblemon RP would bring both groups together. I don't want to do Cobblemon again. Okay. I don't dislike it. I just can't stick with it. I cannot. I don't know why. I like it for 2 days, and then I'm like, fuck, man, I'm bored. I want to dick around with people. I don't want to worry about making my team or, you know, anything like that. Also, we've just had so much Cobblemon. I'm good. I'm good. Yeah, it's good for a short arc, right? That's the thing, is I'm not thinking of doing a server for a week. If it were just doing a week-long server, I'd be like, okay, maybe something like that. But no, something bigger, I don't know. Gets repetitive very quickly. It does. It could get less repetitive if you had more of a story to the server. But you need people that are like willing to throw down really hard on like the RP aspects for that. So, you know. Making your team doesn't stick for you, just get a Minecraft to stand and yap. Exactly. I just go around. I don't care if I finish my builds. I'm just there to talk and dick around, you know? I could spend time building my house, or I could spend time taking people to the deep dark and pushing them in. Right? Just like pushing them in and hearing them scream as they like fall down in front of the fucking warden, right? Like, that's what it's all about, dude. You know? So, I'm just saying. Hear me out, 30 streamers and one urbanist planning YouTuber whose entire job is to critique the walkability of the city. Well, that's the thing. I was thinking of having like a theme and being like, look, by this time, we need this thing done, and we're gonna go through and rate this. You need to have a working farm. You need to have a working, you know what I mean? Like maybe I force them to homestead together. Maybe I make a bunch of communes of random groups of people, and every week they have to vote someone out. Maybe every week they have to vote out a person and exile them. You know? It should be like Survivor. Fuck it, we should just do Survivor. I should make little islands on the map, and then we play games like that in the server. And then I invite Kiva, and I go, Kiva, can you make survival? Can you make Survivor? The exiled become their own group. Exactly. That's what I'm thinking. I need to come up with formats on this damn server to create drama, okay? People can't just be on there building and having fun and that's it, all right? I need a reason for people to get pissed at each other. Like when fucking, you know what was great on Bounce SMP? Mike showed up, everyone was doing all their nice builds, and Mike kept going to different spots and being like, I'm gonna make a Pizza Hut here. I'm gonna make a Subway franchise. And like in the middle of their nice build along the street, he would just make something that looked like a fucking Pizza Hut. And people were kind of getting pissed because it was like ruining, like the HOA was like, my home value's going down, you know? And I was like, this is good. This is good. We need someone shaking it up, rocking the boat. So, you know, we need that. That's a great bit. It was a great bit. We had this train line that was being built, and people working so hard on creating this big train line on this server. And then along it, we just started like trying to finish up this Subway franchise. And I was like working on it with them. We were trying to get that finished so that when you are on the train, you pass by one. But the thing is, there was no train station there. So you would pass by it and you'd be like, oh my God, Subway. And you'd want to stop, but you couldn't stop because it was just along the line and not near one of the stops at all. So it was just there to piss people off. Oh, we need to do that again. That was so fun. One step closer to another rehearsal dinner RP. Right? I don't know if I could if I could like pry the RP streamers off of RP right now because it's popping. But I want to. Imagine the Guarmans. Imagine fucking Polly. Imagine Polly, the character Polly, existing on a Minecraft server, and I'm like, yeah, you gotta build something, and he's like, hey, what's going on, guys? And you just have fucking like Polly with his crazy voice. I don't even know how like my non-RP friends would react. They'd cry. They'd be like, who is this? What's happening? That shit would be so funny. I don't know. We need it. All I'm saying is we need it. Anyway, I'll keep working on that server. I'm gonna talk to Ross though and see like what he's doing with Bounce too, because I haven't checked in on that in a while, and see if it's been put aside for now. I'll do my thing. If it's like close, maybe I won't, and hold mine for later. But I will see. I will see. Okay. Now, let me get our offerings. I want to go over some offerings today. Sorry, I'm just grabbing the link. We have 13 content slides. We have 13 offerings to look at. Let me do this. GEEGA SMP, probably. I've seen Edgar take a sample of his old 3 pass and do fire Monopoly nights. Yeah. I want to do stuff like that, man. It'd be fun. Okay, let me open this. Oh my God. It's loading. Okay. And then we do this. Yeah, we'll do an announcement right after. Okay, and then I will capture this. We'll just do it on this screen. Why not? Why not? How big is this? It's huge! There we go. It's like we're watching it on the TV. Ooh. Ooh. I should get a little, like, TV asset that wheels down from the ceiling. I should do that. You Paulie, Beric, Big Joe all in a circle just talking? No, Sebas. That's what I was saying. We already have Paulie and Sebas. We need Big Joe in there. Actually, Beric, yeah, I should ask Beric if he wants to join. Gotta get Archon in our RP village. Alright. We got some July offerings. If anyone doesn't know what these are, what the hell are you doing here? No. Go to the Discord. There's a chat in there called offerings. It has fire emojis on it, so you can find it easily. You go in there and you leave shit, and I review it on stream, and I decide if I like it, if I dislike it, how much I like it, etc. And I give you points or take away points from you. These points are personal points going to you, the user, but they also go to your faction. Meaning if you lose points, they get lost from your own score and your factions as well. As far as what you can leave in here, what you can do, just click on the description of that channel. Okay? Perfect place for sandwich photos? Yeah, you might get ripped apart depending on what you do. Or maybe not. Maybe I'll love it. Who knows? Who knows? Alright. Now. Let's see it. Okay, from Ruff. Drew some comics of the Mob Army or Mob Office? Here, let me make this bigger for you guys. They've been drawing like the mascots in this this office format for quite some while. It's like it's Ruff's favorite thing, and I like this one because the person yelling my name in the comic strip is Joel. You can see his little sleeve as he runs past. You love Mob Office? It's an alternate universe, man. I like it's actually something I always loved when an artist gets obsessed with like their own headcanon little alternate universe scenario, but they apply the same characters to it. They don't change the characters, they just put them in the scenario and draw it. That's my favorite shit. That's what Ruff's been doing. They've just been drawing like everyone if they were working in an office. It's so good. It's cute. It's cute. I like it. Let's give you... Ruff, let's do 90 points to you and Creatures. Thank you. I will say also this month, Creatures and Undead so far, if you're looking at the top there, super close together. Monsters are a bit behind, but not like crazy behind where they can't catch up. All right, this... Suno's favorite line, he posts something and says, "This is very relevant." I was talking about ice pizza. Suno and I have just sent each other the pictures of ice pizza since the dawn of time. I don't know why we started doing this. I don't remember. There was a reason. I cannot remember anymore. All that remains is the meta of us sending each other ice pizza. This picture in the background. That's all you have to know. It's just a thing. It's a thing. You wouldn't freaking get it. Yeah, we love the ice pizza. W sketch. Let's give Suno 110. 110. Nick, thank you for the tier 3 for 26 months. I appreciate it. Also, Comrade, thank you for gifting a sub earlier. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Next. Oh my god, a physical drawing. I'm so used to getting digital art that's always like funny when someone actually physically draws the thing. My work systems are hard down, so I put Nova streams on my main display while I was watching Otharu's collab. I remembered yesterday GEEGA mentioned how she was answering Nova's questions while they were in Bishojo Academy. Suddenly this image came to my mind. Geeg might. Yeah, actually, before Nova joined, we had like one big voice call so everyone could get together and meet them. And we were sitting there and, you know, I told them, I was like, hey, I know you don't all speak English, whatever, but you can ask me anything. And they were basically like learning how to stream, how to be streamers, how to be VTubers and stuff, because not all of them knew what they were doing with that. So I was like, literally anything you need, you can ask me. And some of them did, you know, sit there and actually message me a lot of questions, and I answered them and whatever, and helped out where I could. And it 100% felt like this. I walked in and was like, I shall help you. My children, I am here. Yeah, you too can be a VTuber. It was fun though. It was fun. I like this. Banger meme. 90 points. Let's do 90. For Geegmite. It was fun. I liked playing Apex with Nagila. We should do that again. We should do it again. Ooh! Tried making me Soul Calibur 4. Yeah, the Ahog is small. That's fine. You said this could be more prominent. Soul Calibur 4 custom character. Ooh. It's actually scary how like accurate you can get with the character creator. And like you are limited with clothing, but they let you do so much with all the color adjustments that it's actually not too hard to get things to like look right. Yeah, I do have 2 gloves on. That's okay though. One is more heavily armored, so they got the vibe down. They got the vibe. I used to love Soul Calibur. I played 2 and 3 so much. I played a bit of 4. Fell off after that. I fell off after that. Maybe one day. Maybe one day. I just think fighting games are in such a good spot that a lot of the old good ones are kind of falling off because a lot of the newer ones are insanely good. Genuinely, they're insanely good. So, you know, it is what it is. But I like this. Thank you for making this. Let's do 80. 80 points for it. Thank you. Next. Getting shape-ups in the back. Ryuko drew this and said, it came to me in a delusion. I have no words. I really like this. I'm giving this 150 points. I don't even know what to say. It's getting 150. We doing shape-ups in the back. Oh my god. It's beautiful, Ryuko. It's beautiful, Ryuko. And that's what offerings are all about, guys. Just make shit I would like. It's not always about perfect quality. It's not about monetary value, okay? It's about, would she like this? I really like this. Next. Ooh, yeah, I saw this. He said, it's dangerous to geek alone. Take this. I gotta say with this one, I love that we have a little undead dressed as Tingle getting stabbed on the hair. The sword, did you notice it has Boris's face? That's a Boris face with the bow tie. And then lastly, the fucking shield. Do you see it? It's perfect. With the hands on the outside. It's incredible. The detail in this piece, the Easter eggs are insane. And for that, Cole, I'm giving you 190. 190 points for this shit. The details go nuts. I remember looking at this and I didn't notice a lot of these things before. I was staring at it for a while and I was like, wait a minute. This shit good. This shit good. All right, next. From Liz. There's the inspiration there. You know that pic? It said meme arting and the OG that inspired it. That's so good. Again, I have no words. It's just so good. It's incredible, and I'm giving it 100 points. Big shoes to fill. I love this. I love this. Can someone take this in the middle and clean it up and make it an emote? We need that. Ooh, ooh, all the friend emotes. Ooh. All right, let me see if I get them right. Okay, top left we got me Delver, we got Glorion, right? Is this Dio? I think this is Dio. Got Jason. You have Edgar. I love how you have him and me holding guns at each other. We're pointing guns at each other. This should be Kitty. We're both frowning. Me and Lang. Oh, this is Clark. We got Apple holding an AK, of course. Is this Tony? Is this like an old Tony outfit? Got Bjorn. We got Yuno. Oh, he looks so cute. We got Yuno. Oh my god. Who is this supposed to be? Is this Max? This is Max, right? Correct? Who is this supposed to be? I gotta think. This is Octo, and that's Shang. Who is this one? Hold on. Oh, it's Sophia. Oh, okay, okay. I'm used to her having so many outfits. Yeah, yep. Yep. Sophia, my work wife. These are funny as fuck. The Delver one looks funny. I really like the Edgar one where we're pointing guns at each other. Then Apple with the AK, because I always give him guns. Oh, I love that. That's so cute. I love little friend emotes. I want these. Okay, this is like a thing where in the no pixel community, people make little friend emotes like this of like two characters together all the time. Can you guys make these for VTubers too? Can we get a bunch of like me and a bunch of my VTuber friend emotes? I've noticed that the VTuber community doesn't really do those. Instead, they have like the making out ones that some people get commissioned. But I like these. They're like a little shittily drawn on purpose. Or yeah, you do the two names and then bestie at the end. Bestie. Long emo list. Hey, that's gonna be my request for the rest of the offerings of the month. Like, if you don't know what to do, but you want to make one of these, do it. Please. Please. The fact that they didn't just paste you the same each time. I mean, it is pasted, but depending on who I'm with, yeah, things changed a little. But it's good. It's good. But yeah, it's a super quest. Maybe we put it on the quest board. Maybe we do that. Mods do that. What we should do is I want everyone first to submit just the left side friend design of me, and we'll pick which one will be the best one, will be the standard for everyone to then use to add characters to. Okay, that way it's all the same for the left side. So they all match. So for now, make a little friend emo, but just worry about making the standardized left side of me. We'll pick one, and when we pick the best one, and we're like, okay, this is the one now, then we'll start opening up you guys, attaching people to it. Okay? Sound good? All right, all right. This is good. I like this a lot. Captain Wad, let's say... I'll do 150 points for these. There's a lot of them. 150 points. Thank you. I'll get these put on 7TV. The original emote is just friend with two N's. If anyone's looking for like the thing to copy the shape of. Also bestie, BSTI is another one that's it's named like that sometimes. Okay, next. Ooh, recently got into pixel art. Want to try my hand at Inquisitor Geek in the style of a GBA Fire Emblem character. Ooh. Ooh. I really like, actually, it's nostalgic for me because all the GBA era Fire Emblem games were my favorites. I especially loved Sacred Stones. That one was like peak for me. Pop out with the Glock out. Yeah, that's right. I pop out with the Glock out. I take some cops out. I whip. Okay. Anyway, I like this a lot. I'm gonna say. How about? It's all animation. Those are annoying to make. They're time consuming. 120. 120 points. Thank you, Frost. I've noticed a lot of people that are in the creatures faction getting points today. Catch up. If you look at the points up here. Catching up. Make sure you do your dailies. Friends. Forest and the gecko. I'm confused. So we used to just have Gecko Zen, and then it turned into the community are the geckos. When there's a gecko with the full head of hair and everything, is that Gecko Zen or is that the geckos? Like, is this the mascot? And there are a lot of them? Is there just one of these? And they speak for the chat? What's the lore? Do we have lore? I don't think we have lore. Do we? There's just like one singular chat gecko, right? And then you'll refer to chatters as the geckos. But I've seen people draw multiple, but like, is that canon? We need answers, guys. I need answers. Okay, by we I mean me. I need answers. Is that canon that there are like a bunch of them, or what? Or is there one canon gecko? Ooh, clones. Cloning device in the basement. Secret. Maybe. Yeah, sometimes she has some in her backgrounds, but I'm like, I don't know. I gotta ask her. I gotta ask her. How many are there? Is it one per chatter, or is it just that she has some of them? Right? I need the lore. Anyway, I love this. There's only one Boris, for the record. There's only one Boris. And he doesn't represent you guys. He's our mascot. He's our beloved. And then you guys are the faction dudes. Right? That's how ours works, at least. I have a Boris plushie in here. Remember the one, the big giant one? I have a prototype of that. We had the big giant one that we made for what's it? What con was it? Was it Offkind? No, something. It was farther back. I can't remember. What con was it? Where we had like the 2-foot Boris plushie and we raffled him off. I have like a prototype thing from that era. So if I look to my right, I can see the plushie. It's cute. No, it was before DreamCon and AX. It was months ago. It was a while back. But there's only one Boris. One person won that. Oh, it was WeebCon. Yeah, it was WeebCon. One person won the raffle and got to take home the... we say 2 foot. It was actually like 3 feet. It was 2 feet sitting down like this. The way he's sitting in this picture. That was 2 feet tall. So it was like a 3 foot long Boris plushie. And I was talking to them when they made the one, and I was like, what if we did sell this? And he was like, look, we could, but the shipping. And I was like, what's the shipping gonna be like? He told me the shipping costs. I was like, I don't think we can do that. I was like, I don't think I could sell these at a price that would cover the shipping, even if I made no money, like and I just broke even. I was like, at the price I'd have to set it at, none of you would buy it at that price. Like, very few. It was the shipping was so much. Mostly because of the tariffs, but also because of the size of the thing. I was like, okay, we'll just do the one for WeebCon and raffle him. Who knows? Maybe in the future. That's why we don't have more 3-foot Boris plushies. Maybe one day. Anyway, I love this drawing. It fits the music so well right now. How about 130? 130 points. Thank you. The Boris ended up being sold for like 4 times the other things being auctioned. Oh man. Oh man. I want to do more auctions for like when we're on the last, like if I have an old piece of merch, there's like 2 of them that were never sold that weren't even up on the store for a while. I want to do that at cons. It's so fun. Or raffles. You know, you pay like normal price or it's free. It's just like you show up for the meet and greet and you get a raffle ticket for it or whatever it is, you know? I want to do that more. This stuff's fun. Just for the experience of it. Could even do like charity or something, right? If it's like a proper auction. I think it could be fun. It's an excellent use of backstock. Yeah, oh, speaking of, I'm trying to figure out what to do. I may get the stock that I had of my merch, because I know we were taking orders and we closed down the store because I left the group, right? So we closed it down on the 27th. I'm trying to see if I can physically get merch still, like anything that was left, if I could physically have it. Still no update on that, so people have been asking. And then if you have ordered any of my merch and have not received an update email or received it, can you open a mod ticket in the Discord? Can you guys do that for me? If you ordered something and did not get either like a recent update email within the last like month, or you did not receive it at all. including for the Boris keychains. Yeah, so if you got one of the keychains, the key rings, those were not really like fully produced until this month, so that's why they're getting shipped out now. So if you did an order of a bunch of things and it had the key ring in it, that order was waiting until the key ring was done and then was getting shipped out. So you should have gotten an update email on those that would say like, oh, hey, this thing production is in July, so expect it then. So if you got that, you're good. But if you didn't get that update email at all, open mod ticket. Or if you ordered other stuff, you didn't order the Boris keyring at all, but you still haven't gotten anything, give me a mod ticket for that as well. Because I'm checking into everything. Because I'm like trying to wrap everything up, close everything out. So I just want to make sure that that is all done properly. And I don't want to like close things out and then physically take my stock that's left over from a place, but then some of you actually are still needing it. You know what I mean? I can't like physically grab what's left until that stuff is like closed out, and I don't want to accidentally fuck someone over because I take stuff too early or something like that, you know? So yeah, just open like mod tickets if you have no updates, no shipping info, nothing. That way I can make sure that everything's accounted for. I was going to give to the end of the month, since I said I should get it in July. Yeah, that's why I'm saying it now. There will still be time. I'll keep asking for that. The next is what, like 2 weeks left of the month? So if you don't have anything within the rest of this month, no updates, no shipping email telling you that it's been shipped or anything like that, then we're concerned. Then we need to figure out what's going on. So just keep that in mind for the rest of the month. Because really the production on all of them wasn't finished for some time into the month. So, you know, just be careful with that and let me know. Okay. Next. I think this is the last one. What could have been GEEGA Nana? This is basically what it was gonna look like. It's true. I had yeah, I said it the other day. We were gonna do a thing, and when there was a cool project that was in the works, and something related to the project involved me being in a banana suit, and I was sad because I really wanted you guys to see the art of me in the banana suit. The sketch was like looking really good. Anyway, I love this. I love this. It's so fucking funny. It was looking, dare I say, it was looking really pretty. It was like a beautiful drawing, just also, unfortunately, it had a banana suit in it. It was like beautiful and stupid. I loved it. Anyway, I love this. Look at the little Boris. He looks like, don't talk to me, I'm angry. Let's do 150. 150. What do you think about peelings? Like about banana peels, about the act of peeling a banana, about peeling in general? Specify. What is this comment? You said you were talking about ordering merch, and then you said merch should be free once a year. Things are getting very cheap nowadays. Are you crazy? Are you insane? No, absolutely not. Fuck no. Also, they're not cheap nowadays. You know, because yeah, I could buy a thing that's 5 cents and then spend $10 to get it shipped here because of the way things are nowadays, and then I sell it for $12. Maybe give away some houses too if we're going crazy. Why not? You know, maybe I'll just buy a multifamily building and you guys can all have free apartments in it. Anyway, them's the offerings. Thank you. Thank you. Good job, everybody. Pretty good month. None of these made me angry. I didn't have to take away any points, which is kind of, that's a feat. That's a feat, man. GEEGA doesn't have Oprah money. No, not at all. Not at all. I have a lot of overhead. I have a lot of money that has to get spent. So, you know, doing everything that we do costs a lot. I don't even like from my merch, I don't if I think about total number of dollars I've made from the merch, it's not really that much considering the time put in, and then like I take that and I throw it right back at projects usually, you know. It's a lot, and everything we do, because we get help from other people, every person along the way takes a piece of the pie, and the amount of money you actually get at the end of the day isn't that much. Because I saw someone one time bragging on Twitter, and they were like, my god, my merch sales for this month were crazy, I'm gonna make so much, right? And they were talking about their revenue, right? Just how many dollars were paid in for the stuff, not profit, nothing else, just revenue. And they were like, I made 20K this month. And I was like, you didn't make 20K this month. You did not. You're lucky if you got 2K for that. You know what I mean? Like, I was like, you didn't make 20K this month, okay? Merch sales data says 20K on it, yes. But you know how many, like, first of all, that had to get produced. You have to pay a big chunk to the people that produce it. Then it has to get shipped to a center, a place to have it stocked and be shipped out from, right? Like a 3PL or whatever. So then you have to pay for that. Yeah, revenue 20K, COGS 21. Yeah, dude, the cost of goods sold numbers sometimes can be crazy depending on the item. There's some items that you think we'd have like a high margin on that we really do not. We do not. You want to sell something that's good quality? Great. For every $50 item, you're going to make 2 cents, you know? It's crazy nowadays. And it depends on how you do your merch. There's some ways of doing certain things to cut costs down and everything, but sometimes it's not worth it because then the end result isn't good. Or sometimes the end result is fine, but people won't get their stuff for a year or whatever. You know, there's a lot of like ways to do this. So I'm trying to figure that shit out. That's been my big project the last year. Figuring that shit out and trying to like make that all work. You know? How much do you think Vijamon's making off those fancy jackets? Oh, I didn't see if they have a thing. Is it a collaboration? If it's a collaboration with someone, not much. And I'm not gonna say definitely not much, like for sure 100%. I'm just saying typically. Apari, yeah, I don't know what their rates are. But there's a good chance that they probably have to take a good amount of it because they do like all the work on making everything. Collabs are really fun. I think they're good because even though you don't make a huge amount from them, they do like all the work. So you're not really losing anything. And it's just really, it tends to be cool custom products for your community that you can't easily make otherwise without having someone do like a huge undertaking for that, you know? So I'm a fan of doing stuff like that. Even if like your percentage, your cut of it isn't really a ton. Because I think, you know, like if they're handling everything, then that's really good, right? That's really good. So, yeah, collaborations like that are fun because it's so... When you do all this other stuff, there's so much back-end work that you have to get done. There's a lot of your own time that gets sucked away. It's just little bits here and there, but then at the end of the week, you're like, oh, I spent several hours working on this stuff, you know? And then you think about how many hours you spend over the months getting this stuff prepared, and then you sell the product, and then you're like, wow, my revenue back, or my profit back, rather, just covered my time, kind of, sorta, you know? It can be very, not that lucrative. So then instead working on a brand collaboration where some other company does all of the work and you just get a little portion and then they can like use your IP, you just approve stuff, that's it. I think that's a really good thing because then you can put out more stuff, have more stuff in front of your community. There's cool shit that they can like look at and own if they want that without you having to like spend forever to get one thing out the door and they only see one thing every 6 months, you know? So it's a good thing. I assume they make like an okay amount on it, but probably nothing crazy. You know, especially when it's a custom product and it's expensive to produce. Usually you make those things because you really like them, not because they're gonna make you a lot of money, you know? Right? As long as you can trust that it won't harm your brand, it's mostly just upside. Yeah, and like you sign contracts with these companies when you do a little brand collaboration. You know what they do. They tend to have a formula that you can... Usually there's stuff in there where they're like, we won't release anything that you don't approve of. And we'll do revisions and change stuff around until you approve of it, so you like it. You know, like, it's not too hard. Sales is one thing people think you make a lot of money out of. People I knew used to sell couches, and if someone bought a 15K bed, they got like 500 to 700 bucks off the sale. Yeah, because there's so many, it's a big logistics pipeline. There's so many people involved in the production. There's so many costs that go into that and getting it over the finish line that by the time it gets over the finish line, there isn't really much like free money just floating. It doesn't really work like that. That money's already been promised to or paid out to people, you know? So profits are kind of low, but then you make a lot of money by selling a lot. So, you know, if you make a mattress and you sell it to Mattress Firm and you sell it to their stores and they have like 1 billion locations and they're selling it at all of them, yeah, you don't make a lot per mattress, but maybe you could sell a lot of mattresses, right? So that's what matters. That's the goal. You spend all that time making a thing and you try to sell a lot of that thing instead of making a lot of different things. You standing so far away today? Yeah, I'm on the chair. What about it? You're getting dirt on the furniture? No, these are my clean indoor boots. I have outdoor boots. They're near the door. Okay. These are the indoor boots. Commerce is mutually beneficial by definition. Yeah, and you know, like, I'm not upset to give up a big portion of profit to someone if they're doing a lot of the work. You know? Like, if they're saving me time, they're doing everything, it comes out good quality, they don't have to consult me every other day about everything. I'm like, hell yeah, take your cut, you put the time in, you know? It's mutually beneficial, and then, you know, again, the community gets to see more cool stuff. I'm like, yeah. Hell yeah, brother. But sometimes I want to make little products that don't really make me money and soak up some time because they're cool and I want them. So, you know, so you'll see. I got some stuff which relates to the announcement. First off, I'm gonna have a really definitive day and time tomorrow to post about on Twitter. But we have a debut this weekend. Outfit debut this weekend. Outfit and model this weekend, okay? Most likely Saturday afternoon. Most likely. I just don't want to give you definitive day and time right now until you see it posted on Twitter because I'm checking one last thing. Outfit and model. Okay. Along with at that, we will have another announcement, a teaser for something cool after that you will see on that day. I really want to show you, but I can't right now because I'm holding on to it. But I want to show you. I want to show you so badly. You'll see then. But there's some stuff we've been working on for quite a while, quite some time. I will say for this debut, I wanted to have... It's going to be really good. I'm going to have a lot of things done that I want to get done. There's also some stuff that I wanted that I couldn't get done because the last couple months went the way they did. Okay, so there's going to be some stuff that got dropped. So I'm not going to have some things like a not that I was definitely planning this, but we're not going to have like a super intricate 5-minute lore video or like things like that. Cause, you know, I was dealing with the other shit. So projects like that couldn't really get done. But I have the model, I have the outfit, I have like, you know, what I need for that and everything. So we're chilling. So we're going to do that next weekend. The dark and twisted lore. Yeah, I kind of wanted to do something more involved for this one, but it's not the biggest deal. Saw the preview, can't wait for Cursed Demon Arm, real and cool. we have some stuff on this one that I think you'll like. I'm trying to, I didn't really overdo it with like all the toggles. I didn't get like 1,000 toggles, but I have a few things that I'm really happy with. I'm so happy with. So you'll see. Saw the sneak peek, love the tarnished detail on the arm. Thank you. Oh yeah, let me get the tweet because I know not all of you are like big on checking Twitter. Hold on. Let me get the tweet. I didn't want to show too much. Twitter. Ooh. I didn't want to show too much, but I just showed a little smidge. And Matara saw it and said, I love legs. I want to note, it is not a leg. It's an arm. She saw a tiny sliver, a screenshot I took of the arm as a teaser, and she said, I love legs. I was like, oh, girl. Oh, girl. Did she stutter? She did not. She did not. I'm sure it's still true. Oh, it was so funny. It was so fucking funny. But yeah, that's there as a small teaser, and I'll post more tomorrow with a definitive day and time. But as of right now, I'll say most likely Saturday afternoon, maybe Sunday, since I usually don't stream Saturdays. Maybe Sunday. But it'll be over the weekend. Okay. It'll be over the weekend. And I'm working on some stuff. I will also mention smaller announcements. Oh, my BGM ended. There we go. Smaller announcements, but still important. I'm working on some stuff. I will be at more conventions. We're working on at least one definitive that I'll talk about soon. But we're working on convention appearances that I want to be able to mention during the debut over the weekend. I will have merch. I'm double checking and making sure, you know. I think what we're gonna do, because my goal is to not have stuff be on pre-order for you wherever possible, because I fucking hate it. Sometimes it's necessary, but you know, whenever I can not have things be on pre-order, I will do that. So we're gonna have some stuff during debut that'll drop, and then there will be more stuff after that, but I'm not going to announce what those exactly are or anything until they're ready for you to buy. I don't want you pre-ordering them. If it's something that doesn't have to be on pre-order, I'm not putting it on there. Okay. So yeah, so we're gonna do one drop for the debut, and then we have a bunch of stuff after that as well. Not too long after. We'll do like a second drop, and I'll piece them out. Okay. And they should be up on a perma store. I don't want to have everything be limited time if it doesn't have to be. So I'm just gonna get myself a bunch of stock, throw it on the store, and when it's gone, it's gone. So it will be limited supply, but not limited time. Okay. The time it's up there is depending on how much people buy. That's all. So that's how we're gonna do that. Can I spoil what's gonna be in the drop to patricians? Message me what you want to message and I'll approve. Like, obviously don't show it. The item I'm most excited about, just DM. DM me now. Oh, yeah. If you're just gonna type it, yeah, that's fine. I see your DM. Okay, perfect. Go, spoil it. Spoil it. Do we know which store yet? I'm probably gonna have my own link. Not 100% sure, though. I have, a few manufacturers that I've worked with on different things, etc. We'll see. We'll see. I have two things set up. I have one through someone else's store, and I have my own, and you know, I'm deciding this week. Yeah, Target. Available at your local Target. No, that's the dream, man. Did you give the robot hand meet and greet thought, or any more thought? I'm still waiting for someone to make a robo hand that like I can get approved that won't like crush someone's hand. But I do want a handshake machine. That is the dream. That is the dream. No, what I want is when I eventually am able to do 3D again, I want to do meet and greets in 3D. I think that'd be fun. That'd be really fun. Really fun. I'll play charades with people. That's what I want. For now, we'll be 2D. But yeah, that's gonna be this weekend. I'm getting everything prepared. I feel a little rushed, but not rushed, just because I had a lot of plans for it. That again, because of how things have gone, I've had to pivot a lot of stuff. But I've been working on it, so I'm just excited. I'm excited to finally do it because I wanted to do this model like 2 months ago was my original timeline. I had a very different timeline, and I think just planned out very differently. So I don't know. I feel like a little weird, not in a bad way. I just feel a little weird because it's like not what was in my head. We've just pivoted and changed things around. But big thanks to everyone who's helped me with it just ahead of time. Big thanks to people who've come through and helped, because basically had to like totally pivot and redo a lot. So I'm just glad we're here. I'm glad we're here. Oh no, Crushing, I know a guy that can get you an industrial arm with 800 pounds of grip strength. I'll be in contact. I'll be in contact on that. I will be. We'll talk. We'll talk. You don't mind us asking why can't you do 3D currently? There are some issues with the way my suit interacts with some programs and being able to stream them at the same time, and how it gets a little jank in some ways, and I just need my new PC. The TLDR is getting a new PC will save that. So I've been like ordering parts and stuff. New PC will fix that. Yeah, I use a full suit. I use a full suit, which makes that different. So I was able to do the stream a couple times, but there were some things about it that maybe you didn't see the issues. I've tried to make it so that it wasn't visible to you, but there was some stuff that I had to like turn off and things to be able to like run it. And then I wanted it, not that I won't use it on stream, I wanted less for streams, but more for certain types of video content. And with some of the stuff I want to do with that, I will likely need my bigger rig. So, you know, PC building stream? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. But yeah, I want to do a lot more with that. I also have, my same modeler is going to be making one that matches. I'll still probably use the old one, even though it's like, it like matches the old 2D. I kind of don't care. I'll still use it when I have the new PC. But I want to use a new one that matches my new stuff. So I have someone working on that, which is very exciting. Very exciting. That's another thing. The proportions of my old 3D are just like nothing like me, with like the head size and everything, and like the short ass arms and stuff. So like when I would try to do, I really wanted to do dance content, but when I would try to move around, the limbs of the model would not be anywhere proportionally where I would expect them to be, like based off of how I am sized, you know? And I was just like, it's so hard to like, yeah, Uncanny Valley, right? It's so hard to make dance content work when nothing moves the way it feels like it's supposed to move, you know? It can be done, it's just like the end result won't look right. And when you're trying to do something accurately, it can get real funny. So yeah, so I want that's why like the new stuff is supposed to be proportioned a little more like me. I am a short person, but I don't have like stout proportions, you know? Like if I take a picture of myself standing against a blank white wall, you wouldn't be like, that person looks short. I don't, you know? So I really want to like have that make sense. I want to have that make sense. And it's not going to be perfect. It's always going to be a little jank, but I want it to be not weird. You're fully scaled down? Yeah, exactly. If you just open a image of a person in Photoshop and grab the corner and just drag it down, that's all. Right? Yeah, not stubby. And unfortunately I did it because I loved the look of it, honestly. But yeah, my old model like had those stubby proportions a little bit to like make me look short. But when you match that 3D model to you, the person, and then like try to make it work, it don't work. I would lift my arm up and I feel like my hand, like my elbow is near the top of my head, right? Like the inside of my elbow, if I put my arm straight upward, the inside of my elbow is like kind of even with the top of my head, sort of. And then, you know, up from there, another like head and a half length or whatever it is, you've got the top of my hand, right? But with that model, I would pick my arm up and my hand would not be that far above my head. It really wouldn't be. And I was like, it was just so awkward to try and make anything with like proper movement look right. It would look fine to you guys because it just looked like something, but it wasn't what I was like doing, you know? Yeah, the head was huge. Yeah, so I gotta fix that. But once I get the new computer, I don't think the new 3D will be done by that time, but I'll be able to just go back and use the old one. I still will. Because I didn't want to get that model and like never use it, you know? But I need some PC changes first. Because this thing has been getting a little weird. It's been having some issues it didn't used to have, and it's about time, man. It's about time. So I will be working on that soon. I'm gonna order the last couple parts, maybe this week, next week. I'm paying for a couple other things first, just to make sure I'm good on that front, and then we go. The internal disconnect would be weird. Yeah. If your model proportions don't match you, and then you're trying to do something like dancing, where you're like spatially aware of your body and aware of where you're placing things to make them look right, and then you look at the screen and you're like, that's not what I'm doing, you know? It gets weird. It's weird. How long have you had the PC? I've had this one since 2021. This one, I've had it for a while. And it's been through everything with me. Everything with streaming, but everything with work, everything with everything. It's just, yeah, super heavy use. This PC is on all the time. And I just feel like it's about time. Though the good news is the only thing that's ever failed in this build was that one time my PSU failed. And I got a new one. That is the only thing that's ever gone wrong with it. It's been a beast. And it's just time. It's just time, man. Your GPU might be cooked. Yeah. I think my CPU, I need to probably like take it out, redo the paste, reseat it. It's just been a little funky, but I'm gonna get a new PC anyway, so I'm just like, well, if it's functioning all right for now, I'll leave it and then just do this, you know? And there you go. I think the one thing I'm really not looking forward to is I'm not looking forward to Windows 11. I want to stay on 10, but they're going to stop supporting stuff on it at some point, and I just, you know, I can't be a streamer and need my stuff updated and be on Windows 10, you know? So it just sucks, man. Yeah, October. So the new one's gonna have to be on 11. Oh, well. I hate how they like skip. So like 7 was good, 10 was good. 9 point whatever they called it. Awful. 11, ugh. 11, not the worst, not the best, but definitely not the worst. I don't think it's as bad as, 8.1, so it'll, like, I'll live. You know, what am I complaining about? Like, I'll live, but still. I don't know. Remember when they said Windows 10 would be the forever Windows? They'll always say that, and they'll always go back on it, man. Always. 98, my beloved. I love 98, man. I don't know, man. I just... Yeah, XP, my beloved. I wish they just would keep 10 and keep it going forever. But with the way they patch stuff, I kind of, like, don't trust them to keep things going forever. I don't know, man. 11 is a half step to the side grade. I guess so. I think it's pretty bad, but it depends on what you do with it. I think, you know, there are going to be people that aren't going to notice it at all. They're just going to be like, oh, I don't like the UI a little bit, or oh, I don't like the settings a little bit, you know, or whatever. But there are going to be other people, depending on what they do, that are going to be like, hey, I actually hate this and want to burn it. It is what it is, man. It is what it is. Microsoft just need to get their stuff together. They don't have any real competitors that are going to push them out of the way right now. So, no, they don't. That's why things are the way they are, because they don't, actually. Because no normal person, no average person is going to be using Linux. And a lot of people fucking hate Apple, and there's a lot of stuff that just doesn't work on Apple. So they just have the market. That's it. We need SteamOS. I hope SteamOS does well. I hope it does. Because, you know, most people, they use the internet on just their phones, right? If SteamOS can become like a thing that works for not just gamers, but for average people that don't need anything deep, you know, kind of get somewhere in between the Apple and Windows market, they could do really well. But I just don't know. I just don't know. And what companies want to support working on like 3 different OSs, like making stuff work properly? I don't know. SteamOS still Linux technically, kind of. I don't know. Don't see Windows ever getting overthrown. Yeah, I just don't think we're there. I don't think we're there. But we'll see. We'll see. Rage for SteamOS accidentally making Linux a proper competitor. Yeah, like, I think they're gonna hit a lot of the same market. Honestly. I don't know. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. But I feel like Linux will always be there, because for those that need Linux, they're gonna need Linux. It's not a ton of people, but there are people who need to be on it. Then there are people who use it simply because they don't want Windows. And I think a lot of those people might end up on SteamOS. I just don't know how much it's going to be able to work like Linux if you want to be able to do things with it, or if it's going to kind of lock you out from that. You know, I'm not sure. I'm not sure how like configurable and how like manual it will be, right? I'm not sure. We'll see. We'll see. I haven't looked up like if they've said what their plans are. I haven't looked at it at all, because I'm just like, if it's not even close to being out yet, then I don't care, you know, because I'm gonna be stuck on Windows. It's the workhorse of the cloud. Exactly. That's what I mean by like people who need it. There will be people who have to use it, so Linux won't die unless someone else comes in and is like, I'm making something to replace this. But that's not gonna happen. I think Microsoft and Windows will get outpaced by something else faster than Linux would ever get replaced, personally. Last SteamOS was Linux. It's like reminiscent of some distros. It's like yes and no, but also the way it's built, I don't know if they're gonna let you use it like Linux, access everything like Linux, or if it's going to be a skin on it that then also kind of locks you out of some stuff and only lets you interact with certain things through the OS. And will it let you do certain things? I don't know, right? Like, just because something's built on something doesn't mean that you can use everything the same way you want to, if that makes sense. We'll see. We'll see. I assume the point is to make it less complex, right? For competitive gaming, would assume it would lock out some stuff by default. I mean, that's a very specific use case, but maybe, yeah. For the general public, that lockdown may be best. Yeah, exactly. Like, if that's their user base that they're going for, they're probably going to make it a little more restricted in what you can do with it. You can get into the terminal if you have sudo, so you've got the full Linux experience if you dig into it. Oh, is it like that? Oh, because if it's like that, then a lot of people that are just using straight up Linux for the experience, not because they like need it for work, they might just end up on SteamOS if they like, you know, the day-to-day use. Can take the training wheels off. Interesting. It's basically Arch Linux with training wheels. Okay, so maybe it actually will get pretty heavily used by that crowd. I think a lot of people not going to Linux is because day-to-day use, it feels a little clunky for people that are used to Windows. And that's what stops people. That right there is enough to stop people. So if SteamOS makes it not clunky, makes it flow easily, few clicks, everything, nice UI, kind of giving them the Windows experience, I think a lot of people would go for it, honestly. They would go for it. It just, if it feels really unfamiliar to them, if it's so different to use than Windows that it feels like an alien, You won't get people using it like that. But if it runs kind of similarly in like how just overall structure, I think they will. I think they will. Little is very generous. It's insanely clunky. It doesn't have most of the good programs. I mean, yeah. Maybe I'm a little more willing to deal with that shit because have dealt with that shit. But yeah, I think the average person would just never. They'd look at Linux and throw up and be like, why would I ever use this? You know, because most people, like, I'm talking about like the average person who just uses their phone most of the time. You know? Yeah, especially if they're coming from iOS. Could you imagine? They're coming from iOS, which is ultimate training wheels, which is why Apple's done so well, because everything is like full training wheels on it. If that's what they're used to, and then they're like, let me go to Linux, there's just no way. There's no way for most of those people. So if SteamOS can be something that like throws a nice little skin on top, right? UI, UX that makes it easy for people to transition into it, I think that is all they need to do. That's all they need to do, and just like, you know, let it grow from there. And there you go. macOS is basically BS2, the fancy GUI. Yeah, yeah. I'm not even gonna read that comment, but it made me laugh. I think the issue is how much stuff doesn't work on Linux. That's the big thing. Everyone's got some program they need for work, and therefore they're stuck on Windows or stuck on for a while I had to have a Mac. I had to have a separate Mac computer for something I had to do for like one work project. And I had to just have it. An entire separate PC. And I was like, dude, I hate this. I hate this. But I had to have it because, you know, there was stuff that I needed to use that was on there. And I was trapped, dude. And thankfully, I was provided with it. You know, I said to some people in the workplace, like, hey, I'm not buying this whole shit to do this thing. So, like, they covered part of it. But still, you know, that sucks. So I think the biggest factor is going to be if SteamOS lets you run a lot of things that you want to run. If they manage to make deals with other companies to adapt things so that they can run on their OS, then they could do okay. But until it gets to that point, it's going to be like the Linux user base that just is like, yeah, I'd like a better UI. Right? It's going to be the same people. That's it. Did you get a Steam Deck? I really like mine. I do. I've had one for a while. I love my Steam Deck. And that's why I like kind of have hope for it. And I think about SteamOS on like a computer and I'm like, that could be nice. I fucking love my Steam Deck. And I've been able to do interesting stuff with it too, right? Like if I have a thing, I want to add a mod, I just have to like throw a file in the right spot, run it. It's not really bad. So doing things outside of just using like Steam, it's doable. I like the way they've set it up. I like the way they've set up like the different menus for different settings and how they are batched together. I don't know. I really enjoy it. And I haven't done it myself, but I've looked at what some people have used their Steam Decks for, using it a little more like a PC in some ways, just like in small amounts. And it seems like it can do a lot. It can do a lot. So I have hope, you know, I have hope. A little bit of a learning curve. Yeah, not too much. So if they find where those learning curves are and knock them out, so it's like so usable, then maybe. SteamOS could be good. We'll see. Docked in desktop mode, it's just a Linux desktop. Yeah, exactly. So there's a lot you can do with it. You had to update an iOS app once. It told you cannot be deployed because this iTunes account is registered to the Philippines. You stared at it and said, the music program? Yeah, they still batch everything together in their their database of iTunes accounts. Oh, I know. It's because it annoys people, right? When Microsoft like migrates everything and they're like, oh, we're not using these accounts anymore. You need a Microsoft account now. Minecraft, when they buy up Minecraft and they're like, forget Mojang. You need to migrate this to a Microsoft app now, or a account. Everyone was like, oh my God, this is so painful. But they eventually did it, and now it's centralized, right? I think Apple just doesn't want to do that. I think they just don't want to do that. They're like, we're just going to leave this on iTunes. That's my guess. I think. I don't know. But they've just left it. I guess they have the if it ain't broke, don't fix it approach. Maybe they assume everyone actually would like using iTunes, because iTunes was so big for so long. But look, Big Daddy Spotify came through, okay, and killed iTunes, like stabbed it in the heart. So I don't know. No one really needs it anymore. There are probably more Sirius XM users than there are like active iTunes users. In all honesty. There are probably more people with that car radio, you know? I don't know, man. I don't know. It's just archaic, the iTunes accounts. What can you do?